everybody, and welcome to FSU Talk. This is my 2022 preseason predictions. Up at Doak Cable Stadium, we will see Florida State take on Duquesne. I believe this will just be a walk in the park, as Florida State will be able to beat Duquesne by a pretty big margin. Next up, the week after in New Orleans, in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we will have LSU. And I believe LSU is going to give us a pretty hard challenge. I think there'll be a really hard challenge. There'll be a hard-fought game to the very end. And I believe LSU is just going to pull it out, even though they're going to have a new coach, possibly even new team. And it's just going to be a hard-fought game for both these teams. Florida State trying to prove that they're still dominant, and so is LSU. And I believe that LSU is going to win a close one. And they're still going to be Louisiana, so they're still going to have more of a home field advantage. So I believe LSU will get the very close win in that one. We'll have a bye the next week, and then the week after that we will play Louisville on a Friday. And I believe Louisville will end up having home advantage and winning the game. They're having their quarterback, Malik Cunningham, return, and I believe he's just going to show Florida State that he's just better. That Louisville's going to be a better, more dominant team. So I believe Louisville will be taking the win. The week after, on the 24th of September, we will be playing Boston College. And I believe we will have home field advantage and just be able to beat Boston College in a pretty easy matchup. So we got 3 back-to-back hard games for the Noles as we play Wake Forest October 1st, and this isn't going to be no walk in the park. I believe Wake Forest will come to Doak Campbell Stadium and show Florida State that they're still the more dominant team in the ACC, and I believe they will come up with a pretty good win against Florida State. Week after that, we got NC State, and I believe Florida State going to NC State is not going to be too easy, but I believe Florida State would have beat them last year if Jordan Travis was able to play, but he had the flu, so he was not able to play. So I think this year, Florida State's going to be able to do some more of the plays they could have been able to do last year. And I believe Florida State's going to take the win at NC State. Next up, we had Clemson. And Clemson is going to come into Doak Campbell Stadium and I think just completely just take over the game. I believe Clemson is going to have a pretty dominant win. I think they're going to have a really good season this year. And I give it all to Clemson. After that, we'll have a bye week. And then we'll play Georgia Tech October 29th, and I don't see Georgia Tech beating us at all. I see Florida State just coming over and just taking over that game really quick. So I believe Georgia Tech is just going to get blown out by Florida State. We'll travel to Hard Rock on November 5th to play Miami Hurricanes, and under new coaching, Mario Cristobal, I believe at first Miami's going to be figuring out who they are, but I think the only loss they will have is to Texas A&M early in the season, and I believe they'll start winning their games after that. I think they'll have a really good season by the end of it. I think they'll go to the ACC championship and even possibly a good chance at the playoffs. Just see them having a great season. I see them beating Florida State in a very close game, though. November 12th. Florida State will be going to Syracuse. I think them getting an easy win against Syracuse. I don't see Syracuse being much trouble at all. I see Florida State usually getting the win. Next 2 home games will be in Doak Campbell, and Florida State will be able to beat Louisiana. I see them beating the Raging Cajuns by a pretty big margin. I don't see them being much of a challenge at all, especially under new coaching and all that. Next and last game, November 25th at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida will travel to play Florida State, and I believe Florida State, with home field advantage, will win it, but it'll be very close. With Billy Napier as Florida's new head coach, he's going to help to try to lead this team to beat Florida State, to have a good season, but I don't see them beating Florida State. Maybe having a decent season. I don't see them beating Florida State. I believe Florida State's going to have a really close one. I think it's going to be a really close game, like 27-24 or something like that. But I see Florida State going 7-5 this season. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments down below.